What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be looking at all of the best Premier League forward strikers, wingers that can be strikers, and see where do they rank in terms of when we started this. Obviously, in terms of the players that we've got, there is an excellent of talent going forward, and every single day we seem to be getting a new 99, 98, 97 that follows forward. So if we go into the forwards and kind of start from the the lowest possible tier, we have got hopefully a level up SBC coming back soon, as well as the 84x10 could be back by the time this video is live. Probably not in terms of when we're actually expecting him, but we have got some absolute ballers. So in fact, if we start from the start, we can kind of gauge where we kind of finish in here. First on is going to be Haaland. He has had a spectacular season in terms of just everything. This card kind of just solidifies him, to be honest. He is an absolute monster going forward. An SBC that most definitely is worth doing. If you've managed to craft him already, then that is fantastic. It's been out a fair few days, but he is just an absolute machine. The second 99 in the Prem, I want to say. I know KDB, his partner in crime, is going to be this. Well, he was the first, and hopefully one that you can get from the level up upgrade, but whether you see that anytime soon is going to be the question, really. Rashford as the next one. Footy's Rashford is unbelievable. Absolutely love him. I don't know, 12 and 11 to be fair to him. Haven't really been playing too many games with him. Just trying to do the reviews as we go forward with these players. As well as a little bit of champs. Nothing too crazy as we are winding down now. Coming up to September. But again, another cracking one that starts at wing. But I personally always like Rashford as a striker. Has the agility, but also in this card does have a massive boost onto his strength. Coming in at 6'1" as well. Never going to be kind of taken off the ball too lightly as well. That for me is always a great partnership. Personally, my two partnered strikers up front right now. But again, we have got a whole list of players that you could go for. If we look then, the next one kind of going for, we'll get a few of them on the list. We've obviously got Joe Cole, we've got Jesus, Bruno's always a great one, and also Alvarez on the first page are some absolutely exceptional ones. We've managed to play with every single, I think pretty much, I want to say we've played with every single player in terms of forwards, most definitely. So who have we, I'm trying to think, we've got Grealish already, Salah we've had for a long time, Son we've played with, all of them we've played with. Aubameyang, which version is that? Flashback. Yep, we've used that one. I've used that on someone else's account, actually, because we didn't do the SBC for that one, because that one was a crazy one. But obviously, Chelsea fans are always going to have him in the past and present team, or just a natural Chelsea team if you want. I believe we've played with pretty much everybody so far in the Prem, which is always incredible, especially with the 84x10. It makes it a lot easier compared to going into drafts with them. Joe Cole, one that I was okay with. I thought he was a nice card, but most definitely not worth overtaking anybody already. I kind of think he's one of them players that if he's in your past and present team, then fair enough. But other than that, he's not really going anywhere, to be fair to him. Then we obviously have Jesus, another nice card. I think he has been done a little bit dirty in both ways that he's been kind of upgraded. First, we got the community, so it was only really drafting maybe a handful of people who actually managed to pack him, as a lot of packs were being saved for Premier League. And then obviously the first, I want to say the first team in footies, or at least the second, where again, was very, very hard to pack these players. It wasn't as easy when we didn't have that 84x10, and also not really having the upgrades as well. Can grind the league upgrades and maybe some rewards, but realistically, that was about it. But still a very, very nice card. 5-star as always, which again is a beautiful one. Mudryk was a big fan of him. The only problem we've got with Mudryk is the fact we have a lot of wingers. Ronaldinho, Leao from today, Pele, Rashford. You've then got obviously Bruno, and every other league, even just a free Vinny, is going to be thrown into that shout. So it's very hard, unless you have got a specific Prem or Chelsea team, to really warrant him going in. He is a 5'5", which always adds, and he has got the alternative positions of a cam or right wing, so you could fit him in somewhere else. But I think the stats and the SBC was absolutely fantastic for him. Easy to do, easy to grind. So he definitely would make a spot 100% of the time. Bruno, on the other hand, we used him as soon as he came out in Shapeshifters, but I feel like he was nice, but I would have really liked him back in his cam role, and that obviously was the reason of Shapeshifters, but a 97 Bruno is always going to be really nice. I would always put him back in the middle, even though they did make his stats a lot better to fit that winger role. I do think when it comes to being in the middle, the actual assisting play of Bruno is phenomenal. The 99 dribbling is always going to be a nice one. Again, now at this point, it is a shame he didn't get that 5-5, as I think he would have kept himself at least in some sort of question in a Premier League team 100%. So he's kind of in the middle in my eyes. If you're looking at a left wing, left mid, unfortunately there is far too many players, even in the Prem, that are better in that position. We then have Alvarez, who is crackers. Absolutely brilliant card, and I'm pretty sure he was Footy's Team 1. Very, very hard to get at that point. Now we do have the 90 plus Team of the Season Shapeshifters Footy's pick. Much easier to get. Granted, still hard because you've still got to go through a huge amount of picks, but very easy in terms of you just have to grind the SBCs. There's no other way of doing it at this point in time unless you wanted to play in drafts. But a phenomenal card. I think he is a perfect link up with Haaland. If you've got a 99 KDB, 99 Haaland, 97 Alvarez, all 5-star, 5-star, absolutely incredible. Then if we look at the second page that we've got, I know we still have absolute talent everywhere in terms of forwards. We then have Jackie Grealish, love him. We obviously have Momo Salah, again, brilliant. Sancho was a great addition. Jota obviously being the season. We then also have Son being in that Footies SBC. Harry Kane, one that's kind of okay now at this point. Forlan, again, more of a little bit of a struggle. And also Sterling. So I think that's the foot jam. So must have given up Kane to be able to do an SBC. But I thought we had him in red, to be honest. In fact, let's have a try, because I'm pretty sure we had him in red, but I could be absolutely talking out my rear at this point, but I'm pretty sure we did. Let's have a look if we've got him red. I want to say Lewandowski. Yeah, Lewandowski and Kane were my two strikers that we got that was red. Jackie Boy, incredible. 5-star, 4-star. Nothing too crazy from him. He's again just going into a Man City team more than anything. Some great stats upgraded, but again with the kind of left wing role, he's not a 5-5. There is going to be players with the exact same stats and have that 5-5 that make the whole lot of difference. May it be only minute, but most definitely at this point of the game, everybody's going to have the top of the top. So it is very, very cutthroat unless you are just having some fun with the game. We have Salah, who most definitely now is 100% irrelevant. I'm surprised we don't see a 99, whether we see Team 7. Again, we're asking for a lot, but even an SBC, we've had Haaland, a 99 Salah would be phenomenal in a 5-5, and I think it's definitely what he needs, as that 3-star weak foot is 100% not going to cut it at this point in the game. It's just not. We then obviously have Sancho. I love this card. We predominantly put him into the team to help us do the Scholes objective, and he was wonderful. May not be the 5-5, but the agility side of him was spectacular. Very quick on the turn, great pace getting out of there, and a lovely shot as well. Like most of them, I'm not saying that he's the only one with it. Most definitely, pretty much most of these footies cards nowadays have that ability. They are a star player. It is just 11 star players going against another 11. So it is almost a battle of who do you like the most. Obviously with Sancho, he has unfortunately not had the ability of being a premium, which would have made the world of difference. We then have Jota, one of the season objectives, which was quite nice. 5-star, 5-star striker, coming in with some nice stats. Not necessarily the greatest striker that we kind of want, but most definitely as a free card, you're never going to complain. You don't even have to grind that much to get him. I think he's definitely one that is a decent one at best. Sonny Baby, one of the first... Well, no. Was it? No, he wasn't one of the first. I'm pretty sure he was second week or third week, but was available for quite some time. Oh, was he the first? He may have actually been the first, but I know I completed him later as we got all the fodder in. We kind of assumed that the 84 times 10 would have come before he kind of finished. So we managed to get him done pretty easily. Obviously having the stats, everything about him looks always nice. A double upgrade from his team of the season moments, but a 5-5 again, that is always going to be an absolute godsend for a Son upgrade. Obviously with Kane, very, very meta when he came out. He had a bit of pace extra, which was always nice. The shooting's phenomenal. He obviously has a good sprint in him, but in terms of comparing him to the strikers we have in the Footies era, he's never going to compete, but as his kind of card was brought out during Team of the Season, he was a wonderful striker, but now probably in the bin more like most people. Forlan, not a bad shout, obviously a footies hero, which we'll never complain about, but he was more just a name rather than anything. He kind of just went straight into the club, and that was it. We managed to get rid of him again for an SBC, and we will get him back at some point soon. Then also we do have Sterling, who was the level up. I don't believe he would be in the level up upgrade. He was obviously an SBC, and honestly, I just forgot to do the upgrade with him. I like his card, and when it came out in level up, he was nice. Good pace increase. Obviously, the dribbling was nice. But in terms of the cards overall, we not got the 5-5 from him, which, again, a lot of the wingers have at least 5-star skills. And then everything else is just about the same, really. So it is kind of going down to their minute abilities. The 5-5, maybe pace being fully 99 rather than 97, maybe having your attacking position and finishing and shot power at 99, as well as all the passing. It will make a bit of a difference. And unfortunately for Sterling, he's just not in the list. If I was kind of picking other people from this team, I think Son's definitely got to be in it. I would say Sancho, depending on who else we see, but I think in terms of like a striker ability, he's not going to be in that same category. If then we look at the third page, which again I think is going to be full of some footies, as I think they are really the ones that count. We have Gakpo, we have Cahill, who was an SBC, we have Mahrez, who was absolutely brilliant for shapeshifters. Very, very expensive, but did the work. Is Richarlison's an shapeshifters as well. Aubameyang was nice, but again, SBC was very, very expensive. Flashback Vardy, obviously the two Rashford. We're not even going to talk about Maguire. I want to say, did I do shapeshifter Trent? Did he get another shapeshifter? Or did he get a footers? May have done. Other than that, I think they are probably about the ones, really. I don't think we got anybody else. Nunez is not a bad card, actually. Again, not a terrible upgrade for him. If we look, is that the highest version of him? I want to say it was higher than that, but he might not be. I might just be used to so many 99s now. It's just absolutely crazy. Nunez is a 93. I feel like this card as a 96, 97 would have been absolutely nuts. But if we look at the kind of final few, if we've got Nunez, we've got Gakpo and also Cahill. Cahill's very much like Forlan in my opinion. He's kind of just there more than anything. Obviously I moved him in centre mid for a position rather than naturally just putting him as there. He is a striker naturally. But I do think in terms of him and Forlan, they are both very, very similar. Pace is pretty much there. Shooting's better on Forlan's, but obviously the dribbling's very, very similar, as well as then having a bit more physicality on Cahill. You got 5'10" and 5'11". They are basically the same player most of the time. Nunez though, 5-star level up, always clean, and most definitely a card that was well deserved to be able to get a footies upgrade to make him that FIFA card. I think if him as a 97, 98 would have been the next level of striker. He was kind of that lengthy meta guy from his gold card, and it was a shame that we didn't see a bigger upgrade soon. The 93 just came, unfortunately, that little bit too late. Same with Gakpo, not another nice card for doing the cup, but he wasn't a premium. Again, he wasn't 5-5 like the rest of the upgrades that you got, and then also not a premium. Even though the premium only adds so much, because we have got a team now where we can move everybody around and still get the full chem, I just thought it could have been that little bit better. For an upgrade of winning 15 games in a cup, it just needed to be that little bit better for me. Shapeshifter Trent's probably lost more of his kind of wow now. Same like the old Shapeshifters. I think the only two that have really shone out is going to be Czech and also Milinkovic-Savic. Them two were just meta beyond belief. And then also we do have Richarlison and Mahrez. Richarlison was a nice upgrade. I feel like he was slept on quite a lot. 5'5", great strength ability, great pace, shooting, dribbling. I think he had the whole package. Couldn't necessarily make him a striker, but in-game, more than enough capabilities to put him down the middle again. Whereas Mahrez, starting from the right, going into the striking role, I think for me, he is a brilliant striker. He has the pace, the dribbling, the shooting, and this is way before level up, or at least way before footies, and he was absolutely perfect in front of goal. A cracking card. And I think in terms of them, they're the ones you need. If I'm looking at the top three, Haaland's number 1. I'd say Rashford number 2. Number 3, I would probably say Alvarez. In terms of a forward, I feel like it's got to be them three that are kind of my top. I'd say Jesus comes into the question, and I'd say Sonny Baby would as well. Other than that, everybody else is kind of at that level where if you haven't got necessarily Prem strikers, more than likely you've got a whole host of strikers just chilling in your club. I think in terms of what we've got Lewandowski, Vinny, Dybala. We've even got the other Haaland, in fact, that can go into an SBC, let alone the cover star Rudy, Del P. Unfortunately not got an R9 yet, which is crazy. A Neymar that's not 99 yet, Werner, Eto'o, Van Persie. The list just goes on with these players. There is a lot of strikers to pick from, and I do think in terms of Prem, we are looking at the three favourites. So let me know down below what you think about the Prem strikers. What team are you rocking, and what is your best player in the club right now? Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Peace.